Hello and welcome! Welcome to Drakenmemoria! Yay! We're finally here! Sorry, well, I had problems. Camera problems, computer problems, and Fisher problems. As you can see, he's a picture right now.
Tired.
So he went from 3D to 2Ds.
I didn't think you had any Ds at all.
Please don't start introducing those jokes. Alright, so, like I was saying, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. This is Drakenmemoria, and if you want to know what this is, well, it's Dungeons & Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons & Dragons. So if this is not something you want to watch, well, I'd argue that... Hey, someone's worried about dying. Thank you for subbing. So if you don't want to watch this, well, whatever this group is, coalesce into Dungeons & Dragons and saving the world and living with nightmares for the rest of their lives. Well, if that's really not what you want to do, you should know by now that this is what we are doing. So if you're on Twitch or YouTube, they have suggestions to the right or the left. Pick one and see you next time we start and you realize that you don't want to watch this. For everyone else, it's a pleasure to have you with us. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. And hopefully our late beginning did not force everyone to go back to whatever they were doing and forget about us. All right. Oh, goodness. I forgot to open the introduction. Because, yes, unless you hadn't noticed, I've been reading these introductions for a very long time. So, what happened last episode? Our party first faced its first challenge and major undead horde. With the train station under several feet of snow and no way to easily assess the situation, our adventurers started their investigation of the station. Their investigation revealed the station was still usable. However, many of its functions would need to be activated and operated manually. An endeavour generating more noise than they would have liked. After a few moments of planning, well, the plan was put into action. And while some mistake were made, and very risky situation installed itself, the whole thing. The end result was satisfying, although Raimi might have nightmare for the rest of his life. But, you know, what are bad nightmares for adventurers? They just collect them over time.
Just call those dreams.
Well, I'd argue that the dream that you're going to have after this point is going to be generally darker than before, even though you had plenty of weird dreams. Oh yeah, and before we start, I completely forgot to give the little...
My dreams are all bad.
Oh, you don't want to know my dreams.
The level? I heard a level. We're leveling up?
No.
Wait, no, sorry.
Soon, but no. Soon.
What's that? We tripped over a cloak of invisibility?
You know,
Spirit Guardians is so close. Yet so far.
He's gonna do more damage. Alright, so just so that we don't get sued, I forgot about the publicity. If you like the Thunderstart in the background, ambient mixer, battle map, it's Dungeon Alchemist, and world map, it's Wonder Draft. Yay! Alright, no, now nobody can sue us. Well, theoretically. Anyway. Alright, so... I've been wondering about this as a dungeon master, not as a person. Remy, so far, because you have a, well, poor imagination, not because you were born with a poor imagination, but because a god ripped the imagination out of you several thousand years ago, because some of your ancestor did something bad. You've always been able to hide behind the fact that you really can't imagine how bad something can get unless you've actually been in there. But if you can start imagining that, then you can suddenly just say, I've lived through worse. But this time, this one is definitely going to follow you for longer than usual.
Oh, is this one a new low?
No, because...
You saw Toby naked.
Oh no.
High and low. You saw audience naked, you saw Toby naked.
Well, honestly, if I'm being entirely honest, seeing Toby naked probably wouldn't actually be that bad. The problem is that you remember that the personality is associated with it.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that you could see Jorg behind, so...
Well, it's like Jorg would be a different story, where it's just like because
all hair.
Well, that's what happened when you're in bear form.
That's what I was thinking. It's just hair.
like Remy still remembers the smell.
I was like the moss. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, thunderstorm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're in the middle of winter. No thunderstorm. All right. So what I was starting to say is, as a dungeon master, you've always been able to hide behind the fact that you can't imagine how bad something can have gotten unless you've lived it, but you've never actually lived through a really desperate. No, it's just that I got a message, but usually if someone sends me a message at that time, it's because there's something wrong with the stream, or... Oh. Oh, okay. Someone finds your animation distracting, Tobiyashi.
Oh, that guy. Can't take it down now.
Oh, well, you know. So, yeah, for the one who just sent me a message, yeah, don't worry, it's, how can we call this? Strange play with emotes.
Okay, yeah.
But it's considered benign. The term of services, so... Oh, goodness. Yes, so...
Can't believe I'm eating on stream. We always eat on stream.
Yeah, we always get a unwilling sponsor. So apparently this time it's what Todd is eating.
Sunflower seeds.
All right. So, like I was saying, Remy, you usually can't imagine something that happened, but up until now, zombie hordes have only been what you've read or seen in plays, or at the worst, what happened in the amphitheater a few weeks ago, from your perspective. And even then, you knew that the audience was close by. You know that there were a lot of people. You knew that Corinth was also very close by, which is basically audience 5 years from now. So there was...
The audience look forward to.
Level 9.
So there was always a sense of not being this hopeless. But what you just lived through, that's an image that you've never had before. You found yourself in a bubble, overwhelmed with zombies. And after a few minutes, the flame died. and you saw them all. Heads squished on the dome. You heard their moaning. You heard their attempt to claw themselves through the dome. They piled up. The light, whatever light was still shining from outside, was slowly fading as they just kept on piling and piling and piling. And soon there was only two sources of light. A very faint glimmer coming from the skies, because they all slightly fell to each side. But the other source was the push on the bubble, the energy push back. That was your light. And you had to live through this for 23 minutes. After a point, you probably got tired of just striking at zombies from the dome. You figured it was just pointless. They just kept on piling and piling and piling. And you found yourself in the same situation that many of those people in town had been in several centuries ago when this happened. Fearing that if the door buckles, if a window cracks, they just all get in and it's over. And even in that moment, you knew that if anything happened to audience part of the plan, the train would not come. And this situation would be the last thing you would live through. You would die after 8 hours of enduring this, eaten by zombies. And if your thinking pushed you even further with the fact that the judge said you were guilty, you know that in some depiction of hells, for some creatures, you don't know in which heaven or hell you're gonna go, but some of them will make you relive the worst moment of your life for eternity. You might have been living this very moment for the rest of your life, that moment when the light faded away and you were eaten alive, waiting for audience. That's in your memory now, and because you're a Kenku, it's forever in your memory.
And with his two favorite people.
Jarg and Tobiyashi. So,
you know that expression, hell is other people?
So, oh goodness, I've never had this many people talk in the chat. All right. So soon, I mean. So after getting yanked from this pit by Tobiyashi's initiative, putting up the rope, tying it to the train, and getting yourself whisked away by a vehicle going maybe 10 miles an hour and then accelerating to 20 miles an hour, I'm wondering what's going through Remy's mind and how he reacts to the next, I don't know, let's say 10 minutes after this happens, when he realized that he's on the deck of the train and speed has been picking up and he sees everything behind him growing smaller and smaller. Audience there, Fisher is driving the train, Jarg and Tobiyashi are probably shaken up just like you, but they will be able to forget this, not you.
Maybe.
Oh, another shit show, guys.
No, but I'm genuinely wondering this as a dungeon master, and I've been wondering this since last episode. So I'd very much like to know what's it like for Remy right now.
I think because it's frankly so fresh right now that Raimi is looking for like anything possibly to distract his brain from what just happened. And so like even if like you know like even like I imagine he's like still like a bit shaky, but he is using you know like the strength that he has to move in the direction of where he knows audiences. And going to pull out his lantern. Like, put it on, and like basically just like making sure that the light is bouncing off of it, like audience's scales, and just choosing to focus on that for the next several minutes.
So basically, audience, as you come out to want to recover the rope that you landed to Tobiashi, you probably just see Remy with his lamp open, shining the light on you and just staring at you with wide eyes. Thank you for following, by the way. We just had a new follower.
I'll help Remy out a little bit. I'll take my mace and use its glow to shine off my scales as well.
Remy looks a little bit shaken up, Jorg. You have any other?
Also, I would actually add a little bit extra there, because Rainy would also take out a few of his gems from his gem collection to add like a little extra color.
Contrast with the gray that he sees everywhere. All right.
George, never mind.
No, please.
I want to go to Raimi and give him a gold piece and say, why don't you have one of your cookies?
Truffle
chocolate.
Truffle.
Want a biscuit? Polly wants a cracker.
Polly want a crack.
I can give you a platinum if you really want.
George tried to make a nice gesture. Let him make the nice gesture.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to allow the fact that you meant to say truffle instead of cookie, because I'd also just like to remind you that, gold coins are also vaguely shaped like cookies.
Oh. You
which
bring
would
up
have
the box.
implied
I forgot
a couple
you
of
had
different
that.
things. But we'll go back in time briefly and say that you said truffle instead.
George would have known.
Yeah, we're the timelines. We can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe just very slowly taking the gold coin from you. And then suddenly the gems are now floating by themselves as like Raimi needs an extra set of hands to because like between the lantern, the gems, and then also trying to get out his box, he needs that third hand.
The gem suddenly starts floating, held in the air by the mage hand of Remy's profession.
Well, I'm gonna make a hammock from one side of the ceiling to the other side and meditate and down, since I'm in a lot of pain right now. And I don't want to make the Remy thing worse, so I think I'm not gonna go near them.
No, but I focused on Remy because he is a Kenku, he gets less camera time than others. But if you have something that you want to say, I'm not going to prevent you from saying it or doing it.
No, I'm gonna meditate. My soul is tired, so
yes, that's right.
My soul is tired.
Well, yeah, he used his soul to crank this lever for 2 minutes straight.
Nobody even said thank you. No, I'm kidding. I take a rest, and I'm gonna eat some of my my rations.
Gonna get real fat off those rations.
Alright, so you got about 30 miles to go before you reach a point where you need to worry about something. That's about 2 hours if you don't want to derail the train, slowing it down so that any turn doesn't push too hard on the train, and you're still shoveling snow out with the plow in front. And occasionally you hear a oh, there was an undead on the rail.
Do we get XP for that?
So, like I said, you have an hour before you have to worry about something. So, What exactly are you all going to do this hour? Well, Remy's going to recover from the shock. He's going to try and conjure up nice images. Beautiful images of audience. Riding on his cat. Naked. Him naked, not the cat.
I mean,
he doesn't have an imagination. Naked. Audience, you have to ride on your cat naked for not Toby, although Toby might like that. For Raimi.
For you, audience, everything was kind of easy. You know, you just went get the train and you probably killed a zombie along the way because you were bored. And you followed Fisher. He opened up the train and you had to wait for the boiler to gain strength. And it left. And when it arrived, oh, sure, it was impressive seeing all of those undead. You've never seen as many undead. Well, unless it's in your dream where you just enter into a place and start blasting every undead with the light of your god. But that's usually in dreams. You've never actually seen it as you're arriving. But for you, that wasn't all that traumatizing.
Actually, you know, the scene that I'm conjuring is like similar to like playing mailbox baseball off the side of like some car, except instead of a car, it's a train. Instead of a baseball bat, it's your mace. And instead of mailboxes, it's undead.
You just see audience leaning over the side and, oh, there's an undead. Blasted out of existence. But as a paladin, of course, you'd notice that 3 of your friends are probably in worse shock that they've ever been. Because, yeah, you have to admit, if anything had gone wrong with you, they would have all had a very horrible death.
Yeah. I mean, it was similar, no more horrible than dying in that small chamber if something had happened to me, or living eternally in that small thing. They keep putting a lot of faith in me coming back for them.
Oh, as though that's not still on the list of things that Raimi has to live with for the rest of his life.
Well, fortunately, he doesn't have to live with what happened. Because
I would
never know. Go ahead.
I would probably see that the party was a little down. So.
Oh, shut your face! Don't want to hear this. Right before he walks up, I'm like, no, don't have the energy for this.
I wasn't
coming on.
I wasn't gonna give a speech. I was gonna have us all do a calm meditation circle. You like that, right, Toby?
Yeah, can I just do it in my hammock?
Yeah, just take my hand.
Let's meditate. Let's meditate on the greatness of the dragon together. Let's all hold hands.
I'm going to bed.
You know what? I'm in.
Oh, jeez. George finally had it. He's going back to his priestly roots.
Raimi has actually already set down his dragon medallion with an upside down diamond on top of it. You know, as a meditative focus.
Of course.
Remy, do you wanna take my hand? I'll offer Remy my hand.
It's like and Remy took your hand a little too quickly after you said that.
And Remy will remember this phrase for the rest of his life. Remy, do you want to take my hand?
I'm gonna turn over where I'm laying, and then I'm gonna plug my ears with 2 beads.
All right, Fisher, are you joining us? I assume Fisher says no.
No, because he's piloting the train.
All right, George, you want in on this?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, come take my other hand.
I'll take his hand.
And then Remy, you can take George's other hand.
I thought we were brothers. Traitor.
What, you want in?
No.
So it's a triangle.
Alright, I guess we'll all sit around Remy's medallion, because he's already set it out.
Are we just all sitting around his hammock?
I'm making sure we're pretty next to his hammock so Toby can hear everything.
Okay.
The beats aren't working. I knew it was a ripoff to buy these things.
Well, we're gonna do Jorg, audience, and Remy, but we can do something for you, Tobiashi. I had something in mind after all of this. So do you want to say something, or do you just want to say we prayed and...
Yeah, I'll say something. I guess.
No, I'm not forcing it on you. It's not because there's a player missing that I'm saying this. I was just wondering if you had a speech in mind or anything like this.
I'll have a short thing.
Okay.
Okay, as we're holding it, I'll be like, today, I want to meditate on the glory of the dragon, but I also want to meditate on the glory of our party and what we are bringing to this place. We have traveled so far and already faced so many dangers, all of us facing death and tests of our courage many times over. Yet here we stand, successful on our mission. We have a train. We're headed out. Civ is still alive. We still have great opportunity to accomplish all of our goals and yet more. So even in these darker times where we feel fear or we start to lose faith, remember that we have accomplished so much already and that there's nothing together that we cannot accomplish. All right. That's what I say.
Here.
Amen.
And I get an amen.
All right, let's eat.
Amen, brother.
Get a hallelujah! No.
Energetic.
You hear from inside Fisher's bag. Hallelujah. This is warm up.
No, you probably just hear from Fisher. Shut up, he's trying.
All right, that's a short speech I'll give, and then hopefully, at least Remy's morale will have been lifted.
As he stares at you unblinkingly.
Shelby the whole time is just like, I can't move. This is torture. This is worse than on the island.
I want to get my tiny blob in a jar out too and check on him.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah. You look at the tiny blob in the jar, and right now, it's sort of a gentle sway, meaning that there is danger nearby, but it's not imminent danger. It's not overwhelming danger or something that might kill you, but it's danger.
Yeah, that's about what I expected. That's like, I assume how it's going to be for a while.
Oh, that was an undead on the railroad.
The jiggling goes down a little bit.
No, you see Fisher. That's one more for me.
Oh yeah, I should mention, George, you have no walls of fire, so you have none of that level of spell slot right now.
Yeah, I checked.
Okay.
All right. Tobiashi, probably while you're trying to block this prayer out, it's an hour. Your soul is tired. You try and take a short rest. You have just this little moment where you start dozing off a little bit, where everything becomes blurry and not sure if what you're hearing is what's happening around you or what's happening in your mind or a mix of the two, but your mind wanders off back to a very old memory that you've had. It's been a long time since you've dreamt about this, but you're not even sure if it's a real memory. But when you were very young, in the first few years at the monastery, you kept having a dream of being chased. You're not sure who was chasing you. You just remember that there was a lot of running and tension in the voice of people talking. You kept telling it to the monks, and the monk told you that this part of your life was over. But for some reason, there was something about the desperation that you were living right now. In these moments where literally the light was both fading and increasing, and you knew that if it died out, you would also. Not sure why, but this memory comes back in your mind. Floating there. It's been years since you thought about it.
If I'm just laying there, well, am I still in the dream, or am I just having a memory of the dream?
No, it's just a memory that comes back. You know, you're in that point where you're between sleeping and being waken up, where you can sort of influence your imagination and see it live in your mind. So you have this moment where the memory comes back, and a little flood of memory of the monk telling you that this part of your life was over and you're safe right now. Don't worry about it. But you've never been chased by so many enemies as you have just been right now. And in that memory, probably one of the oldest memory you have.
I think I would I'd shoot up and I'd run as fast as I can off the train. No, I'd run to the other side of the room as fast as I can, which is pretty goddamn fast.
Yeah, especially since the room is not more than 10 feet wide.
I get to the other side of the room and I'm kind of like sweating a little bit, moist, dripping, kind of. Not like that. Like
Jordan's gonna chase after him now. He's
You're gonna chase after me.
Mm-hmm. He liked that description.
I'll turn around and look at everyone. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, fine. I just remembered getting chased. I know I was just chased, but it was like a long time ago. Very long time ago. I feel very uneasy right now. And I'm gonna sit down and feel weak again. I guess I was running from something for a long time when I was young. Or before I got to the monastery. I don't know what it is, but the zombies reminded me of it.
Everyone's just staring at you.
No, well, someone could message me. So.
Everyone gathered around Remy, make sure he felt safe, and you're just there, you're spilling your hearts out, and no one's reacting. Fuck
They're
you,
all just
man.
looking at Remy. I'm like, fine. No,
here's Raymond's contribution. He who decides to run away will live to run another day.
Guess that helped.
Amen.
I don't know if I want to keep running though.
Yeah, stand and fight. That's always what I say.
Yeah, I don't know if we could have stood and fought.
Stand and fight all the zombies?
Yeah, I think...
I more talked about Toby's dream.
Oh. Well, I mean, yeah, I think next time I'll try it.
Yeah.
Maybe turn around and see what it actually is. It felt really dragon to me. Like there was a lot of no, I'm just kidding. It was after you guys were praying. It was like I was getting chased by a dragon or something.
Oh
no.
my god!
You are a non-believer, so.
Yeah,
He's doing that to appease audience. I didn't realize it was actually had substance.
I didn't know this religion was real. I was just trying to make Remy feel better, you know?
Wait, his paladin powers aren't bullshit?
I thought he was just a wizard that didn't know it.
You mean a sorcerer? Sorcerers are the one that have
3 levels
natural ability.
Yeah.
Wizards I would have to study.
He's a fighter sorcerer, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was
which is unrelated.
I don't know if it's still chasing me or what I escaped. I think I need to figure out what it was. But I guess it came to the monastery. I don't remember there being a time before the monastery, though. This memory kind of just came out of nowhere. It might be the mist fucking with me.
Raimi makes a bonk sound effect.
Oh, what if maybe it's like the god is trying to like justify him attacking us with zombies. He's like, here, look, you're being punished for this action in your life. Could that be it?
I don't think he controls the zombies. I think he just locks us here and then we deal with the shit that is here. It's like we're already in hell. He doesn't control the hell, though.
Yeah, probably.
I try to stand up, but I fall back onto the ground. God damn.
Need me to heal you? Or is it all in your soul?
I'm just a crazy person. I think it's all in my head. No,
okay,
I don't need healing. Be fine.
I have these dried mushrooms. They help heal soul damage.
We are still on a dangerous island and appreciate if we didn't start doing mushrooms right now, Jorg.
All right. You never know. I could fight better on mushrooms.
I believe you might. I'm not sure Toby would.
Crazy. I was crazy. Fucking a rubber. I think I'll just meditate on it for now. Maybe go rest again.
All right.
Audience, could you carry me back over to my bed again?
Yeah. I'll walk over. I roll a athletics.
Ooh.
I roll a 27.
Damn, so good. You nearly shove him to the ceiling. Here, Toby. Oh man, you're lighter than I expected.
I actually don't even lift him. I just fling him from where he is on the floor all the way into his bed.
I kind of like in the hammock, like a mitt, like a baseball mitt.
Perfectly. And as you lay there, Tobiyashi, partly impressed and happy to be there, you see from the corner of your eye that Remy is also happy that this happened because audience ripped his shirt while doing this.
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I?
Hey, I have to underline it when it happens.
All right.
You know, this does kind of remind me now of, like, you know, the SpongeBob ripping his pants episode.
A sexualized version of it.
All right.
I ripped my shirt.
As I'm going to sleep, I'm like, don't touch me. Get away. I got a knife. You're not safe here.
At your comment of, I have a knife, Ravi just, like, starts juggling between his
all of his knives,
his bracers, all the knives in the dimensional storage.
Audience looks at his sword. Okay. Fisher takes a moment.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Fisher takes a moment and glances at his two-handed sword. For some reason, Tobiyashi feels oddly judged in
my sleep,
half-asleep state.
Troy gets out his large stick.
It's like, I have a stick.
All right. Well, as time goes by, it's an hour before you actually get there, so you all have time to let everything go back to normal. Well, mostly. You notice on the track few undeads. Fisher does slow down when there's too big of a group, just to make sure that one doesn't get stuck somewhere under the train and break something. But you do come across a decent-sized horde, maybe 20 or 30 of them, just walking straight on the track, apparently being drawn by the magical energy being emitted by this, just following it, following sort of a pulse, and then suddenly that's 5 for me.
I count those.
Fisher, how long till we reach the point that we have to check again? The next point.
About 20 minutes.
Alright. I guess I'll give Toby 10 more minutes.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that the audience isn't fighting for at least like 1/5 the credit for every zombie that's.
No, I'm not driving the train at this point. Audience has accepted that Jorg and Fisher are now going to beat him in number of zombies. He's waiting for the boss zombie though, and he's going to beat them in size. Or he's hoping for a boss zombie. He doesn't know if one's out there, but he's hoping for one.
How bad are you hoping for
definitely...
this?
I mean, if I had a wish belt, no, I'm kidding.
I want to fight my greatest enemy right now. I wish for this.
Well, technically, that would be the other paladin, I think.
You sure about that?
I don't.
I don't know. There's a god that said you'll pay for this.
No, that is true. Yes, that is true. Technically, it would probably be the god. Actually, I have a lot of greatest enemies. There are a lot of gods that hate me. I don't know which one it would be.
Oh, wait, you know what? Maybe you have to split hairs a bit. Because I was like, there's your greatest enemy, as in like in magnitude. But then there's also your greatest enemy in terms of size.
I might be just fighting a few people. I might be fighting a few people. Be okay.
You're a paladin. Comes with the job.
Yeah.
Good likes you. Evil hates you.
Alright. I will wait another 10 minutes, and then I will wake up Toby and be like, hey, we're at the next point where we might have to fix the tracks again or figure stuff out. About 10 minutes out.
I'll get up. I'm like, are we here? What are we doing?
Fisher said that this place, we don't know. We basically don't know if the path is going to be straight. There might be nothing for us to do. We might be good, but we just have to check.
Okay, sounds good. Also, I've been thinking in my sleep. Is that the thing that I do? And
your microphone.
Well, I've been thinking it for a long time. I've been thinking it for a long time, and we've talked about it before, but to be able to leave this place, we have to be able to rectify our sins, right? How are we supposed to figure out everything we did?
Well, we're only if we have to leave normally, not if we have the orb. The whole point is we can get around that.
Or at least,
cheater, pumpkin eater.
Or at least the garden believes they can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what
we were told we can get around.
What if we're stuck here?
Well, we won't be stuck here. If it doesn't work, then we're probably going to be turned into undeads and like trapped here for all eternity as undeads. So we hope the garden isn't wrong.
That'd be wild. Anyways, yeah, that's true. I do kind of want to figure out what I did, but besides,
I thought he showed you. Did you not get a vision of everything you did? I got a vision of everything.
He just blocked it all out because he didn't want to remember it. Yeah,
I don't think so.
Remember when we jumped down?
The dungeon master tells you that you were shown everything you were blamed for, But if Tobiyashi doesn't want to remember it, I'm not. That's you.
Toby's just the character who'd be just like, I did nothing wrong.
I've done it. Even when I'm watching myself do bad things, I'm like, I didn't do that. What are you talking about?
I will say, I think the judge is kind of bogus. I think a lot of the stuff he judged me for was there was some accurate stuff, but there was also a lot of stuff that was like, come on, I had to fight people to stay alive, and he's like, but you didn't think about their families, and I'm like, yeah,
neither they didn't think about ours.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think very highly of the judge. I think he's kind of bogus.
You know what really took you over the edge was eating Susanita's yogurt cup from the communal fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear that? I'll shout into the mist. You're bogus. Fraud. Cock.
You're a big fat phony.
You're a big
hey,
fat
everyone, look over
phony.
here. It's a big fat phony over here.
Technically, I could judge you for trapping all these good people in here. What about Sachet, huh? Look at your own sins, baby.
Yeah.
What about the innocent young people that were born in here? What do they got to do with this?
Yeah. You were not thinking about their families, are you?
This is all just happening in audience's head.
No, I think it's happening. I think it's actually happening in a train. It's a very good way for all of you to relieve stress.
We're just yelling.
Yeah,
into
you're
the
probably
sky.
just all looking out through one window or another, opening the door and start yelling outside, looking at the skies. You're bogus. You're just.
I don't know who my father is.
I'm your father. Oh wait, sorry.
I'm your father. No, wait, you're my mother, and I'm the baby.
By aging backwards into your father? Wait, no. Wait.
No, audience is not your father. He will be your father. What?
Next episode. We're going back in time to take turkey off the menu.
All right. So, after going through this cathartic moment of yelling after a god, you feel the train slowly slowing down. Fisher's warning you that we're arriving toward the next point. Maybe a little bit of scouting would be in order.
Okay. Well, I still got Magna, so I'll get on Magna.
All right. So, are you going alone for scouting, or are you bringing the rest of the family?
If someone wants to come with me, they're
go.
welcome to.
All right. Jorg, how are you going?
I'm good. I think
I'll go as a bird.
All right.
A snowy owl.
Oh. What about what about you, Remy? You can go with audience and possibly face a whole lot of undead again, or you can stay in the train where it's safe, but where audience is not.
But you can't ride on Magna with me.
But Fisher's there.
Fisher is there.
Supposedly he's working on the engine, but I bet if we go in there, he's just T-posing.
You know, I think Raimi would ultimately choose to ride with audience if for no other reason than if it's just super obvious that he's just not stealthing, that at the very least Raimi can provide him an extra boost so that they both survive.
I'll let you know if audience is stealthing right now. 21.
That's really good. You jump off the train with Magna and you land softly. Just this little...
I should also roll perception. Let me also roll my perception for you.
Okay.
Also, probably for that too. Just to have another set of eyes.
No, 22. Oh, no, sorry, 23. Not 22, 23. Oh, 23 perception, 21 stealth.
Okay. What about for you, Jordan?
Non-natural 20 for the owl stealth. He gets +3 as an owl.
Okay. So you're all pretty stealthy as you're moving this audience, just relying on Magna's natural stealth in this environment. George.
And perception.
And perception. George just flying very quietly, as owl normally do. They are among the best stealth hunters that this world can provide.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your way slowly toward the point. Initially, you see a whole lot of fog, and you have this moment of, oh, a lot of fog. Maybe we're inside of that elemental thing. You just check your skin. All right, no, nothing's dissolving. That's good. We're not being dissolved by elemental fog. You see groups of undead fair ways away, long way before they can actually see you. So it's quite easy to avoid them. See a group, maybe a group of 20 over there, just roaming around this point, this small village. On its own, there is something slightly odd with this. Why are they roaming outside of the village? Keep getting a little closer. You see Jorg just flying over your head, moving forward. Jorg, you're probably the first one to realize this. There's not much left of this point. Because of your angle, because of how you see what's below you, you're the first one to realize something came through here and trampled this village to the ground. There's barely a few ruined wall coming from probably a house still up. The walls protecting this point have been caved in from the outside in one point and from the inside on the other side of this village. Audience,
they're gonna protect themselves from the undead Tarrasque.
Audience, you see the same thing just a few minutes later.
Okay.
When you come in, you realize that the front door has been pushed open. So it's relatively easy to get in. Probably from either people trying to leave or eventually the mass of undead accumulating in front of the door and pushing themselves out. But that also brings the element of, alright, if the undead left the village before this happened, this means whatever did that happened after the village fell. And it's just looking at the remains of what would be a stampede. Everything's just been trampled to the ground. Your perception, however, does manage to pick up on one detail. There's a large discarded, it's not stuck in anything, a large discarded stone javelin. Probably nearly 10 feet long. You've seen something similar to that, just a lot shorter. It was lodged in the mechanism in the town before. You had to remove it. It reminded you a bit of when Remy talked about these large undead earth elemental.
Yeah.
But Remy didn't mention anything about size. This is huge. It's a large cut across this, anywhere between, sometimes as wide as 20 feet and sometimes as small as 15 feet.
Audience starts shaking. Some would say it's fear. If anyone knows him, though, it would be from excitement.
I was expecting this.
To someone who knows better, they would.
In other words, Remy knows. Everyone else think, oh, audience is afraid. Remy looks at audience and then looks at everyone else. Well, Jorg mainly.
Alright. How are the tracks, though? Because honestly, if the village is destroyed, I don't care.
Well, this is the thing. Depends on how long this happened. You know by instinct that if this happened a while ago, if the enchantments are still holding, the track has repaired itself since. So you keep on moving forward. Hopefully, Fisher would have remembered to give you the small orb that pushes the snow away. And since he's not there...
Let's say he did.
Since he's not there, we'll say that he remembered and gave it to you as you're moving. You're following the tracks, and fortunately because of this, there's no concentration of undead in here. They've just spread out, left through the huge holes in the walls. Some of them are still in town, and you notice that there's probably a small group of them that's starting to follow you, but they're so slow compared to Magna. It's just, oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll take care of you later. For audience, I mean. For Jorg, he's just happy to be flying, but for audience, I'll be back.
Oh, there's no undead birds.
And then suddenly, no.
Oh, yeah. Don't want to fly too high.
Oh, look. It's another mist raven. Oh, shit.
It's an undead one.
Oh, God, an undead mist raven. Some people talk about zombies teleporting in films, but when they do it in real life...
Oh, man. Why? So, you get closer to the center of this this small village. And like I said, it's a small village, so not a lot of room to move. But you follow the tracks, and... Oh, fortunately... It happened long enough ago, and it had time to repair. You see grooves in the ground. The track reformed themselves and repaired themselves. However, since the grooves are pretty deep around it, you are talking about an engine that's several tons in weight. You're not sure if the tracks will necessarily hold while it's moving, since portion of them are literally hanging off the ground.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we'll just have to take it slow through this part. Alright, but if the tracks are working, I think we can head back to the train.
As best you can tell, either there were already trains leaving, and when the town fell, trains had already left, so they're still oriented in the right way.
Yeah, nothing we have to do, like no levers we have to push or anything that we see.
As far as you can
to, like,
tell,
change
no.
their direction.
No, the tracks go in a straight line from the city. Straight from the city and to this village and leaving them. So, no, it doesn't seem like you have to do anything for the train to go by. But it, like you said, it most likely will have to slow down pretty slow to make sure that the tracks don't just cave in and then you're stuck there until the track repair themselves.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I'll be like, kind of make the motion that we're good, and then start heading back towards the train.
Alright.
We'll just tell Fisher he has to go slow through this part.
You go back, again, you see those undead. They're following you. It's almost comedy. looking at them, just moving toward you. But, you know, it's not even hard moving faster than them. Magna's walking speed is faster than theirs.
Yeah.
Benny Hill theme starts playing.
Put a piece of steak on a stick and just wave it in front of them. Your perception of her allows you to pick up something in the distance. You do hear screams in the distance.
Like humans or ghouls?
Ghoul screams.
Okay.
They're a bit of a ways away, but slowing down here, you might become a target.
Okay.
Go back slowly toward the train. You notice a few undead have started to gather around the train, and they're trying to climb up. You see just...
How many?
Maybe 6 or 7 spread it out around the entire train.
Too many. They might attract the ghouls if I go to kill them. It's okay.
And Fisher is just pushing them off the ladder from on the side to come in and just giving them the 300 kick. You see the undead.
Alright. I guess we'll go get on the train and give the report to Fisher that the tracks are passable, but we're going to have to go a little bit slower through the center of town.
Alright. Shut up. You're getting used to this. Well, at least you've gotten used to this, I should say.
I guess the person that's least used to it would be Sophie, yes.
But, you know, Tobiyashi, you've been looking at them. You've been looking at Fisher, kicking them off. The group was gone maybe 10 minutes. Is there anything you want to have done in those 10 minutes?
I would put on my mask and talk to my ball.
So you look down. Oh, no, that ball, sorry.
I'll start talking to them like, hey, how's it been going? I know I'm getting the tithing from audience soon. He just has to make up the money. It's like, you know, payday is every day. We gotta wait till this mission's over. Promise you'll be getting a lot of money, or whatever you want. You gotta tell me what you want. It can't just be something random. Anyways, how have you been doing in the mist? Has it been affecting you at all?
Well, I've been feeling a little bit down. There's something fishy about this. And I know about fish. It's just bad. It's a bad smelling mist. It's like it's like if you'd stuck your head in the mouth of a fish that has a particularly bad breath. That's how it smells.
I'll write that down. Yeah. Well, I've been feeling like this weight on my shoulders, like I just killed my cat, but I don't want my family to know about it. Like, it's been draining me a lot. I feel worse than when I killed that guy that one time. You weren't there for it, but it was before. Wait, no, you were there for it. Remember that guy?
Yes. You do know that the bird's cat comes back. Even if you killed it, no one's gonna know.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, so what do you want?
Know.
What do you want for your tithing? Wait, is Remy here?
No, I'm saying I think I was like I think Remy would know if Toby killed this cat. Actually, we summoned it.
Okay. It just comes back.
Especially since the cat can totally snitch on you after it comes back.
What do I want?
Yeah. I can get you like a bigger place or like there, I know it's kind of roomy now, but I can get you more.
I want a throne.
A throne?
Yeah.
Made of what?
Of crystals. Of magic crystals.
Magic. Right. I'll talk to Remy about that. He knows where to get a lot of crystal. I'm not taking his, but he always seems to have some on him. You know, he got that thing on him. Anyways, also, this doesn't feel like home to you, does it? I haven't talked to you in a minute. Sorry about that. It's been kind of hard. Magic isn't really... Where we're at, magic is looked down upon, so if I ever showed you, you'd probably be taken away.
I'd like to see them try.
True. You are pretty... You hit pretty hard. You've been helping a lot.
Yeah, I know.
With the black bolts and stuff.
I'm like that. I help a lot.
I have a very sturdy house.
I'm a brick.
I'm just that kind of a being. I'm very helpful.
You have been. I appreciate you working time.
Yes.
Anyways, there's this god that we're going to go see.
Oh.
Well, god maker of, you know, like robots and stuff like that. Some kind of god. It's some kind of powerful being like that. I want to see if you would talk to them when we do meet up with them eventually.
Of course.
Maybe they could like a body or something. Maybe like help out with. Would you like a body? Would you like to be like Fisher?
Why would I want to be like Fisher?
Well, like I mean, be able to move around and do your own stuff and have like a body. It's,
I can
you know,
move around.
free will. Well, yeah, you can.
I have a form.
That's true. You probably wouldn't want to lug around a human-like body anyways. Huh?
Why would I want a meat sack?
That's true.
I am my best shape. I am the pinnacle of evolution. I am, that's it.
You are. Yeah, and you know what? Totally right. I misspoke. Sorry about that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, sorry. Anyways, is there anything you'd like to do here while we're here? Like, I want to hear your opinion on this mission we're on.
Well, that's very interesting. My vessel worships God. So I want his God to worship me.
Would you like a religion around you? Is that your thing?
Oh, that's interesting. Having throngs of people worshipping me. Marveling at the beauty that is my shape.
He's literally a blob of clouds.
He's living mist.
I think he's been hanging around audience too much, honestly. I think it's rubbing off on him.
That would be very interesting. Yes, I would. All of these people bringing me gifts. As it should be. I like your idea. I will make it my own.
Okay. As long as you can do it. I mean, you might need to be able to speak common, though.
They will learn my language. Because they will worship me.
That's true, huh? All right, well, I think that's enough craziness for now. I will talk to you soon, okay?
Very well.
Oh, and your crystal throne. Your crystal throne.
Yes, do not forget about this. It's very important. Since I will be worshipped, I need to be able to be placed on something that...
I slowly start taking off my mask. I just go, okay. All right.
Yes, dear. Uh-huh.
I never thought I'd meet someone more insufferable than Tobium. Anyways.
Well, I think you've never thought you meet someone that has an ego that doesn't... Well, that feels a bit too large for the world.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that most vapors can occupy, like, can take up the space of their containers. So...
So you have this and you remove your mask. You're right, audience? It felt like you were trying to remove your face. As you finish this and go, oh, wow, that's gonna be weird. You see audience and Remy and Jorg coming back into the train. You're surrounded by zealots. Audience wants about his religion. Jorg just keeps talking about mushroom. Remy worshipped audience. Fisher's the most normal person on the train. Well, you know.
He talks to himself a lot.
He does.
Alright, so you come back on the train. You tell everything you've learned. Fisher looks at you for a moment. Alright. Starts pushing the train forward. The train starts to move very slowly initially and pick up just a little bit of speed. Enough so that zombies won't be able to just grab on. So maybe he's going 5 miles an hour. Although you've seen audience that they have a pretty strong grip. It's really because you're very strong yourself that you were able to push them off when they tried to grapple you. But feel like 5 miles an hour by a train is probably right. It's a bit hard to catch and keep your grip on it.
Like a death grip.
As you're arriving, you arrived at where you're supposed to go in this little point. Train track goes up above the wall and then starts going back down, and you see those large grooves left behind by this huge elemental. Yeah. Yes.
I have one question.
Yes.
That whip that Fisher has, it takes you back to where you belong, right?
To your native plane.
Okay.
We're not on our native plane. We're just in a...
Yeah, we're just not... Yeah, okay.
Unless there's... Well, to be fair, I guess unless we don't know. Maybe we're from a different plane.
Well, if it took Fisher back to his native plane, right, would it be where he was created, or it's just on Earth? Or
it depends if he was... I guess it depends if he was created... Well, we know he was created on this island. Or we think he was created on this island. Yeah. So it'd still just take him here.
But it wouldn't be like a different location on the planet. It's like a different plane of existence.
If one of us happens to come from a different plane and not know it, yes, it would take us to that plane. But I don't think I was created on a different plane.
Please, you remember your parents saying that you were born over there.
So unless everything I know is a lie. Oh wait.
Wait a minute.
Well, like your parents also like pointed you to the grove where you were first conceived.
This is where your mother received the egg, and this is where you hatched. And later in life, you learned that how did she receive the egg? Well, you know, it's that's what I gotta do with people. Damn. Sounds interesting.
Hey, Remy. Assuming he's back ready. know what to get? Magic crystals.
As the train slowly moves forward, Tobiyashi just asks you this question. Does Remy answer?
I guess Raby is just going to minor illusion the entrance to the garden.
Oh, that's true, huh? They have a lot. I've just seen you have like a lot of them. It's nothing important. Well, wait a minute. I put my ball into my side, so it's nothing too important. It's just that my sentient being inside my weapon wants to throw and made a crystal, magic crystal, and also, do you know if the dragon would like to worship anybody else?
As the train slowly starts to go down the track inside of the village, you feel that sinking feeling. It goes inside, and Fisher slows down so that the track don't buckle as you are finding that that Tobiyashi is still looking at you expectantly.
I just be like, okay, I guess it's a touchy subject. Anyways, I'll go over to audience. I'm like, hey, audience.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have a bit of a situation.
Yeah.
So the thing inside my weapon, the animate object, the sentient being, thinks that you are indebted to him for ripping apart his house. And
I thought I gave you shards for that.
You did, but I guess that wasn't enough for him. He thinks that you worship him and that he needs tithings for it. Okay. I could come up with it, but I would give it to you to give to him. You know what I mean? Just to keep it illusion, because we're kind of like a team here. He's been helping a lot.
Okay, keep the peace.
Yeah, keep the peace with them. It's kind of crazy, honestly. He was talking about some crazy stuff.
Okay.
But I'll figure out what to get. I'll give it to you, and then we'll make a day to give it to him.
Well, I think he knows what he wants. He wants shards.
Well, he wants magic crystals.
Oh, well, that's new.
Yeah. He wants a throne made of magic crystals, and a following. But we won't get into the following thing.
Why don't you just ignore him?
Ignore him?
Oh, no, actually, never mind. I know what I can tell him. Let me talk to him.
You want to talk to him? Oh,
yeah, let me talk to him. I got you.
I go into my orb. I go into my silk. I grab him out and I put him right in front of the audience's face. You know how to speak primordial?
No, but he can understand me.
Okay, I'll put on my mask so I can communicate.
Okay. I'll be like, my lord, I have come to tell you of great news. Our mutual friend Toby here has come to tell me about how you seek to have a religion. I'll pull out the soul gem thing that I own. And I'll be like, in here, there's the ability to create any world with any people you like, and inside I have created thousands of people that already worship and call out your name. You do not worry. I will tell them always of your greatness and what an incredible form and god that you are. All right.
Roll your deception.
Just yeah.
Because right now there's just a hunk of rock floating in there.
Hey, he doesn't need to know that. It's an 8.
Right. So Tobiyashi, you hear the responses. Well, that's very generous. How do I know this is true?
The rest is on you, Toby. I did my part.
I wish to see. I wish to hear the clamor of the followers that I have.
Okay, and then I kind of like turn around and start talking to the orb away from audience. I look over at it and I'm like, thank you. I'll turn back around and be like, so do you want me to give it to you right now? So you can observe it?
I want to hear them. How can I hear the clamor of my followers? You get the feeling that he sort of half believes audience. He feels like something's odd with what he's saying. That's why he's asking for proof.
What's he saying, Toby?
He's saying he wants proof. He wants to hear the cheers.
Unfortunately, for you to hear the cheers, we'd have to find a very powerful figure or wizard that could allow their chants to be dimensional. But I will be on the lookout for you, of course, if that is your request.
Roll for another deception.
And I'll help him. I'll help him and be like, we've been already trying to look for one for this thing for a while. It's been all for you for this whole time.
18.
All right. You rolled with advantage?
Yeah, but the first one was 18, so if I did it, it was 18. Okay.
I see. Then I will wait. But I will want to hear the clamor of those who see me for who I am and what I should be.
Okay, would you like to hold on to the crystal yourself? I could give it to you in your thing. Just don't eat it.
That would be interesting. That would also be interesting.
No, don't eat it. I don't know what.
Don't give him ideas.
Audience, that's all you're hearing. You're only hearing Tobiyashi's side.
Alright, audience has moved on. Audience did his part.
Audience has already walked away from this conversation.
Audience take the soul crystal and I'm talking to the orb right now. Everyone.
Audience likes that the thing casts lightning bolts and now feels like his lightning bolts are secured. is walking away.
Alright, well, Tobiyashi, you've managed to buy yourself a little bit of time. But eventually, the bill will be due.
Yeah, that's good. I just needed a little bit of time. I know time was running out really fast, but he got his tithing from audience. I think that's enough for now.
Alright.
I'll give it to you when we get off the island, because I don't know what the fog is. You know, the fog, the stuff has been like messing with everything. So if probably take it now, when it might mess with stuff. So.
Oh, I will do one more thing. Actually, I'll walk over to Remy and be like, Remy, at some point, I might need you to create some illusory applause. Nothing else.
Remy gives a talent up.
Oh, good lord. This is going to be one heck of a deception.
I will take off the mask after saying that to him and then go back to meditating until we get to the next place.
I mean, in fairness, Remy has been party to a number of large crowds.
Yeah. No, you've heard large crowds expressing themselves, yeah. No, absolutely. You'd be able to do something that might be convincing, yeah.
Basically made him a god of his own little universe.
Well, I didn't do anything. He thinks he is.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
Well, eventually, audience, I think you'll still want to try to create this world.
I will, but he will not be the god in it.
Yes.
It was good. It was a good ruse. It was good. We needed it.
All right. So, as you might have guessed, your first deception failed, but your second one succeeded. All right. So.
Luckily, he has no way to call me on my first one.
I just don't want to get like randomly lightning bolted in the middle of the night by him.
I think I would be the one who would get randomly lightning bolted, to be fair.
Right.
Joke's on him, though. I'm resistant to lightning damage.
So, as all of this goes on and the train slowly moves across town, you hear a lot of undeads massing up around, and the train is managing to push off. You hear those screams, not as far away as it was before, as it did take a few minutes to get there. And as you're moving across, the more fragile part, you feel the train slightly shift one side and shift to the other side. Fisher is a bit worried because it's a solid piece of engine. It doesn't have a flexible part in the middle. So as it's moving and it's swaying a little bit, you even feel this.
Slow down if you need to, Fisher. Don't push it.
He does his best. He slows down very carefully and tries to move across this fragile portion of the track. Audience, you hear those screams getting closer and closer and closer. You're nearly all the way there, and
audience is actually going to get up on top of the train because he's excited that he might get to hit a goal.
Alright, you get outside on the small railing that's outside, and you climb up.
I'm also going to take out my bow to see if I see any of the ghouls coming as they come.
Alright, well, roll a perception roll.
You know what? I'll get out on Magna too, because I feel like Magna can sit on top of a train better than I can. And also has a better perception roll than me.
So you have audience on top of the cabin, and he's on top of Magna.
She's just gripping it. Oh wow, that's a 7 on perception. That was a 1 and a 2.
Damn. Magna is feeling a little restless because it's all made of metal. It's shifting, it's sliding a little bit. You hear her in your mind saying, "What is this? Ice?"
Just grip on, just hold steady. I'm trying to shoot things.
And then something just slammed on the side of the train, and you hear this screaming and something's climbing to the side going toward you because you're very easily seen.
Yay! Come at me!
Yay! How long has it been since our scouting?
Well, you came back and maybe... Well, if you want, you can still be in an owl shape, because you can be in an owl shape for 4 hours, and it hasn't been an hour.
I'll be like, I will shout down the train. I will be like, hey guys, there are a couple ghouls up here. If you wanna help me fight them, you can. If not, I'll just fight them. But they actually, ghouls can damage trains, so we might wanna take care of them.
Yeah, I'll come help.
As you say this, you hear another one slam on the train and starts climbing it also. So there really are 2 now climbing toward you, audience. 1 on each side.
Audience is gonna put away his bow and pull back out his mason shield.
I am also gonna jump up there and start hitting them.
All right. Well,
someone could tell me where they were. Actually, I guess I'm like, I don't know where they are.
Well, all right. So as you're on top of this, one of them is climbing to your right, and one of them is just starting to climb on your left. So okay. The one on your right is gonna reach the top before anyone else arrives. But since you've warned everyone that there are actually something, and probably the sound of something slamming on the side of the train will have warned everyone that something's happening. As they're coming out, those who are coming out to help you, audience, might be able to attack the other one. So
okay. Audience is gonna ready an action for the one climbing up at him on the right. All right. Ready an attack action for when it pokes up so he can whack it.
All right. Well, then in that case, in this scenario, you get to hit it first because it's going to jump at you the moment that it's out. So
all right.
Go ahead.
I'll take a swing.
Could I ready an action to hit the ghouls into audience so I can move them around with my punches?
How do we feel about an 18? Do ghouls beat 18?
Yes, you beat their AC.
Okay. Alright. I am going to use... Let's see. I remember that the ghouls took 2 rounds from Wall of Fire, so they probably have a little more health. 2 to 3 rounds.
Well,
so
you remember, but you weren't there, so...
Oh, right. Okay, audience doesn't know anything. I'm just going to use a level 1 Divine Smite anyway. Sorry, I forgot.
No. Oh my gosh, I didn't get...
I forgot I was playing Jorg in that moment, not me. I remembered I was there, then I was like, oh no, wait, audience wasn't there. Alright, I'll use those levels. Okay, so then I'm doing, not the blade, the mace. Doo-doo-doo. And that's 9 plus 2d6. That's terrible. Plus 3d8, because I think I get an extra against undead, right? That's
yes.
Yeah. It's plus 3d8. Yeah, that's good. So then that's 9, 10, 11, 21, 27 damage.
How much of this
18
is
of it radiant.
All
18
right.
of it is radiant.
So it's 27. All right. So you strike it again. You strike it once, and all right. So that's true. If it goes under 25 hit points, it gets
DC 15, I think. Let me just double check that real quick.
15.
Yeah, DC 15 whiz.
Damn. All right. Well, as you see it arrive and just jump up, you hit it with your mace and it just disappears like a little piece of paper that you just put a flame to it. Just you recognize that it's because your mace has blasted it out of existence.
Nice.
Damn.
So you didn't kill it. The strike didn't kill it, but the mace blew it up.
Audience looks excitedly for his next victim.
The other one is climbing on the side. And like I said, anyone who wants to join audience can get to attack the one on the side.
I wanted to join audience.
Jorg does 2.
All right. Well, for that one, it's going to be initiative because you weren't ready.
My initiative is...
Yeah, I will roll initiative as well.
All right.
9.
Jorg got a 12.
11.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, 9, 10, 11?
I got a 12.
Remy, are you joining us or no?
Yeah.
Remy will join if for no other reason than he wants to potentially set it up so that audience can knock it down.
Yeah, that's what I'm basically up here to do.
All right.
Can I, instead of attacking it as an owl, just like prepare a help action and like swoop and scratch at it while somebody else hits it?
Yeah, you can always prepare a help action. Yeah.
Cool, I'm
gonna
do that.
Gives us an advantage.
Are we all attack?
Yeah, owl doesn't provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy's reach either, so I can fly in and out.
So are you giving the next hit advantage to the person who tries to attack it, or are you giving a specific person advantage?
I'll just give the next person who tries to attack it advantage, so I don't get on someone's bad side.
I will ready my action to attack when audience attack.
Okay. Well, the ghoul might go before us, but we'll see.
No, the ghoul has 8.
Okay.
8,
So
9,
I'm
11,
specifically
12.
stabbing it with the Hydra Tooth. Give it that extra radiant damage with the holy water.
Oh. Okay.
So is it close to us, or is it still far away?
No, the second one right now it's climbing. You hear another one screaming that's approaching, but it's not on train yet. The other one, that's the one on the left, is currently climbing, and this is the one that Tobiyashi and Remy can try and hit. Because Jorg is just harassing it as an owl.
Mm-hmm. Well, Toby held his action. I'm waiting to see if Remy attacks.
I actually don't know what the initiative is.
Oh, it is. It's a Jorg, audience, me.
I got 11. Toby got like a.
You got 9.
9.
And Jorg got 12.
Jorg got a 12. No one
Remy
above
also
12.
rolled a 12.
Well, then Remy, you would be going first.
Yeah, exactly as Jorg is starting to harass that poor creature, that poor undead creature, you see your chance, and he can try and strike it right there.
So, is it within 5 feet, or is it more of a distance?
From you?
I think it was the distance still, because he said it was still climbing on the side.
Yeah, well, it's climbing to reach audience, so it's climbing the side to reach audience. You can go right up to it, or you can stay at a distance, at least 10 feet away.
I think. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter a whole lot because of Remy's specific goal, but I think he will. I think he will run up and try to stab it with the short sword.
Okay.
And
I got Remy.
You also do get sneak attack because Jorg is
harassing it.
Mm-hmm.
Giving advantage.
All right, I need to keep remembering that this is a +2 short sword. Can't keep forgetting that. But that'll be a 21 to hit.
Oh, that's enough.
Actually, I'm switching to my sword whip.
Your swip?
Yeah, my whip.
Simple. So, all right. So then there's these, and then I'll grab the booming blade D8 because I have no reason not to.
Or you could do it the other way, Toby, and then we could be like, we do have a wizard in our party. It's just a whip sword.
My God.
Oh Jesus! Okay. Let's see.
Word. That's a good one. It's good.
4, 9, 14, 16, 20, 27, 27 piercing, I think I remember a short sword, and 8 thunder.
Dang.
I know, that's what I said.
All right, well...
Although, except for the 1-2 I rolled, I didn't roll anything lower than a 4 on these sneak attack dice.
All right. None of this is fire, acid, radiant, or critical hit?
None of it is, no.
So, well...
But again, it's more about lowering it so that the audience can knock it down.
Because if technically my damage knocks it out, I think it automatically... Because if a creature's knocked out, it critically fails the save, right?
Yes, if it's unconscious, yes, it is not.
Yeah, so all I have to do is knock it unconscious, and it automatically dies to my mace.
And hoop it with your mace, and it's gonna maybe disappear.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you strike it, and you recognize if it was a living thing, you'd hit something very important because the way that you see it contort. But it. Damn, natural 20. It manages to hold on to the side as it's trying to pull itself up toward audience. It has one-track mind, wants to eat you alive.
I want to eat it alive, so no, I'm sorry. Not quite.
You're a bit late.
Or no, I'm waiting for the
If I bite it, it turns into a dragonborn, right?
I think you're mixing a few things, but we can make it happen if you want to.
You know what? I don't know if there's ever been a magical object created like that, like a zombify, like a legendary object of zombified teeth, but you turn them into whatever race you are. be kind of a cool magical object.
Just ask the gnomes.
When my sword whip changes into a longsword, does it take the damage of a longsword, or is it still the 1d6?
Oh no, it becomes a longsword.
Okay.
All right. So it's doing its best to move up as you're waiting for you and audience to strike at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would technically strike first, but because I'm ahead of Toby.
Well, yeah, he's reacting to you, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you see its head popping up, and it lunges at
20.
you.
That's a 24 to hit. I'm not divine smiting this. I don't think I need to. That's 11.
11?
Plus, no, I'm not done.
Oh no, I hit an 8.
11 plus 5 radiant damage. So,
all right, so
16 damage. Does it knock it unconscious though?
Well, I want to know since
Or fails it.
Tobiyashi wanted to attack also.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see what Toby does.
I did an 18.
The 18 is enough to hit.
Okay, and then I am going to. What is it? A longsword is 1d8, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Okay. 11 points of damage.
All right. So as you arrive and you see it lunges at you, audience, you hit it. It hits hard enough. You hit it square on the head. You see its entire body shift as if it lost balance, and then you see the effect of your mace starting to take hold of the body of that creature, and simultaneously you see Tobiyashi's sword go right through his back and come out in front, and for a brief moment it feels like Tobiyashi just impaled that creature in midair as you see it just dissolve in divine energy as your mace blasted out of existence.
Let's go!
This is fun. This is fun. Where's the next one?
Next.
Next. Better.
The train keeps moving a little bit more as you see the third one just charging toward the train and slam as hard as it can on the train. There is that moment of, all right, let's go, and you hear the train didn't like that third one slamming into it. But it's still moving forward. You just feel that it's putting out more effort than before to move forward. Something broke. But it starts climbing up the side and going right for you, audience.
I'll be like, Fisher, we're killing the ghouls. Do your job and fix the engine.
R2, I fixed that.
R2.
He just turns around.
Fisher, we need more pylon units.
Alright, it's climbing up the side. You can all adjust and have a very nice target with Jorg harassing it, Remy preparing himself, Tobiyashi readying to give audience the final strike, audience just looking at it. I don't know, I'm just going in the initiative.
Yeah, that's probably kind of what's
all-out attack.
An all-out attack.
Alright, well then, everyone attack, because it has one tracked mine toward audience, and according to the initiative, it's the last one to attack, so...
It's like when you're switching out in a fighting game, and one person attacks and then it switches out to the next person.
Jorg, are you going to go harass?
Yeah, I'll harass. I'm gonna roll an attack just to see what would happen.
Oh hey, even I might get to kill it because I rolled critical.
Damn!
Ooh!
Fuck.
Oh yeah, you might get to kill it.
Oh yeah, I can do 1 slashing damage, but I'm just harassing it.
Alright, Remy, as you see it climb the wall and try to jump off directly in front of you and over you to get to audience at the same time, you have this moment where you can strike it as Jorg is harassing it.
Alright, I hit it.
Go ahead, Remy.
Oh, sorry, I'm just counting the dice.
Okay, I'll just keep that in
mind. No! Oh, that burns. I just spilled ravioli all over myself.
Ow!
I thought you got an actual one.
Ravioli is good.
I rolled a natural one on keeping it on the table. That's awesome.
Ravioli.
Okay, so that'll be 50 piercing and 7 thunder.
50 piercing?
Holy shit.
Damn.
Well, as you see it jump up, you have that moment where you can just slash it up. There's this moment where you see your blade going straight through his throat and nearly cut off the spine, but not exactly. But you see it go up as it swung up and have this ragdoll effect of it just going limp as it's still moving up from the energy that it had as it was jumping, and then Tobiyashi gets to strike it.
Yeah, if you were wondering, audience did 21 damage to the now actual corpse flying at him instead of...
Tobiyashi, you get a chance to hit that ragdoll moving up.
14.
That's enough.
Oh, okay,
how much damage?
And then, that is on the 8. 9 points of damage.
Alright. So as you see it just fall off into this ragdoll state, still moving up, you shove your sword inside and give it a nice swing so you can see it just move up, head first, arms dangling on the side, going up, and you see Audience just striking it with his mace across the face. You see the head just detach and fly off as suddenly the effect of the mace takes hold, and you see the body disappear from the neck down and the neck up, with the head disappear in the distance in a little glitter of radiant energy as it's blasted out of existence.
We call that a home run.
Hell yeah.
The ball never touched the ground.
Alright. Was that all the goals, or do we still hear screaming?
You don't hear screaming. Of course, the screaming brought a lot of undead that are moving in, but as you're slowly starting to move off of the very fragile portion, you know that if you want to fight those, you're going to have to tell Fisher to stop the train and get off. And
instead, I'm actually going to drop back down and see if Fisher needs any help with any of the damages that might have been caused by that last school.
Alright. Well...
Do I need to roll for Fisher?
Yeah, sure. Make a Arcana. Yeah, probably be good with Arcana.
I gotta go to this character. Blah blah blah. View campaign. Blah blah. No, not user profile. What am I doing?
All right. Well, we need to go on the break, so you'll have a little bit of time to figure out how to roll that. Marsh sounds. Alright. Let's go on the break. See you back in 15 minutes. Bye. Hello, welcome back. Don't worry, Audience is not gone. He's gonna be back. Don't know exactly when, but he will. Didn't send us a message that he wasn't. Alright, good. He will. Alright, so we're gonna remove the frogs and laughing ducks. I know Valenby likes them. I don't know if she's there today, but... Alright. So, I think we got the Arcana roll for Tobiyashi. It was a 17.
It was 17, yeah.
So, with a 17, it takes a little bit of time. Fisher just warns you that he wants to be clear of the town before he stops the train, but he does feel like the train is struggling a little bit more.
Oh no, my worm! It's in the way of me fixing stuff. I'm made of metal. I have someone inside of me. Sorry, I'm role-playing here.
There's something odd with the way that you're playing it right now.
I could not tell the difference.
Well, you know, Terry is going to feel a bit abandoned right now. It's been weeks. You know, in the past month and a half, he's only been visited once, and that's when you presented him to Sachet. Ever since, he's been remaining inside. Poor guy's gonna have abandonment issues.
I know. I don't know why Fisher won't just let him out. You know, it's not like the fog is.
If I was Fisher, he'd ride on my shoulder everywhere.
All right. So
it's like it's or something, you know.
Fisher wants to just make sure that there isn't a horde of zombies chasing the train. So he pushes the train a little bit, but he starts feeling some resistance in it. So it takes a little bit of time. You got 50 miles to get to the next one, so it's going to be at least 2 or 3 hours to get there.
That damn zombie dropped the emergency brake. God damn it.
Well, the train is still moving, so it's not severe damage, but there is something. So Fisher is mostly confident he's going to be able to repair it. But he wants to stop the train and make a proper evaluation. So he waits maybe 20-30 minutes to get a few miles between you and the zombies that might be chasing. A few miles, you're pretty sure that the zombie will have lost interest and went somewhere else. There might be a screamer, but even they can't compete with a few miles and a few minutes. So you'll hear them from a distance. After a few miles, Fisher stops the train and he gets off and he starts his evaluation. Well, he just looks at all of you. He says, well, it's not bad. I can make repairs, but we're going to be stuck here for maybe an hour or so. Just need to make a few minor repairs. If we leave like this, the train's going to struggle a little bit. It's a few hours to get to where we're going. We'd have to travel at low speed if we don't want to break it further. So, what do you want to try?
All right, hurry up.
Make the rest of the run at low speed, or stop and repair and then start again.
All right, train boy, it's time for you to hurry up and fix this train. No, I'm kidding. I think it's better that we stop here and have it repaired.
So Fisher just you went on a few miles for you, Sam. You went on a few miles. The train was giving resistance. Fisher just wanted to put some distance between you and the zombies chasing, and his evaluation is, well, there is a little bit of damage to the train, but it's not preventing the train from moving forward. However, the moment he tries to move at speeds greater than 18-20 miles an hour, he starts feeling the resistance, feeling that the train has a little bit of damage. So the choice is, either you finish the entire run, what you're doing at low speed all the time, or you take a few hours break and he repairs the train, and then you finish.
It's only a few hours? Yeah, that's fine. We could just take the break if it's not like a big... I mean, it doesn't seem like it was that damaged, so...
No, it's just repairing a few things, maybe changing a part or two. It's minor damage. So all in all, with this repair and getting to the other one, You could possibly have a long rest if you combine the two. The time that it takes to repair and the 2 or 3 hours of travel to the large city. So you could possibly get a long rest with the two combined.
I guess I will tell Magnus to scout then, and I'll be like, wake me if you see any zombies coming. And I'll go and I'll jump on the bed.
Audience's bed. It's my
Audience's
bed.
bed.
All right.
Hey, if someone wants to cuddle, they can. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't say that.
All right, I guess I'll start cuddling with audience.
Flying Raimi.
Jorg turns into a mouse and he cuddles with audience. Tobiyashi cuddles into audience. And there's no more room. There's only Remy left. Well, he can cuddle with Fisher.
I think Remy might actually kill one of the party.
Remy, get up.
That's really why Jorg's leaving.
Be our little blanket, Remy.
You know, fun fact, when you're unconscious, if you get hit with an attack, that is a critical.
Oh.
Or,
just an interesting fact that, that certain party members might want to consider before they make certain very stupid decisions.
But no, I will case around the train, keep lookout, try to find a path to a secret house in the middle of the woods nobody's ever seen. The usual.
All right, so you're taking a guard turn, is that it?
Yeah, I'll take guard.
All right. So Magna is taking long guard. Tobiyashi's taking a guard turn. Well, Fisher is mostly repairing this. He had a lot of time to recover. He didn't do a whole lot, so he's not going to suffer too much from this.
18.
All right.
Magnus not very stealthy, but that doesn't really matter as much. This roll matters more.
Jorg and Remy? Are you just sleeping, taking guard turns?
Yeah, I'll take a guard turn too. Why not?
All
Sounds fun.
What about Remy?
Well, based on every zombie play that Remy has ever seen, it's most important to have an extra set of eyes at the end of a task.
So you take last guarding turn. All right.
Yes.
All right. Well.
Because zombies always seem to show up just when you're about to finish something important.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Fisher starts repairing the train, gets out a tool, drags out a few spare parts, go inside of the train. Starts pulling a few things apart and repairing it. Takes a little bit of time. Magna is slightly distracted by all of this sound. Probably a little bit worried that it might draw something. But at least for her part of this, nothing bad seems to be coming your way. She just feels something. But actually, it's more you, audience. And she's feeling it through you. Because you have this moment where, alright, you decide to go to bed and you take a moment to look around and look everywhere. Just make sure nothing's there. Alright, no big threats. You can sleep well. Close the door, look through the window, and your attention is drawn eastward. Feel like there's something there for you. There's an anticipation growing inside of you when you look east. As if something's going to happen there. You're not looking at the tower, at where the spire is. You're looking in the same direction that Fisher wants to go. Feel like there's a darkness there. comes inside the booth and grabs a few tools, and he just stops and looks at the engine. You see him there for a moment, doesn't say anything. You look out, and you look back at him, and you just hear him say, smells. Strange. Smells like life. When he says this, you turn around and you notice that he has turned around and is lunging at you with different colors, different armor. It's not Fisher. You recognize this voice that is barely a whisper, just screaming, life. And you suddenly just stand up, sit up on the bed that you were. You just realize that, oh God, this didn't happen as before you got to sleep. You actually got to sleep, and that was a small dream. You take a breathe. You just breathe out a moment. You can feel like there's a small presence in your mind, like a whisper. It's reminding you, only in the deepest darkness can the light shine its brightest.
I guess I would go, well, yeah, Fisher's not here, but I would go over to him and I'd be like, you want to go east, right? At some point.
He's outside, still repairing. Yeah.
Cool. I want to go east as well.
Oh, that's reassuring.
Yeah. I think there's something over there for me.
Something.
I don't think it's friendly, but I think it's important.
Important as in dragon important, or important just as you important?
I don't know. I think more me important though.
Huh. Hand me that ratchet over there.
Yeah. I will hand it to him.
Well, I can't do the entire conversation for Fisher, though.
Yeah. So I'll just be like, yep, cool. We'll head once we,
please bring
we'll
the
head
10
east.
10 millimeter, please. Yeah, 10 millimeter.
After we get this other stuff done.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to go there before we leave the island.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I want to go there because I may learn something about my past, and you just said that there's darkness over there. That's interesting. That's fun.
I might go get to fight some kind of zombified, I don't know. Actually, what I saw, I guess, was a zombified robot. But I don't know if it's a robot. But I saw a zombified, well, sorry, not a robot. A zombified construct that was seeking life. But I don't know. It was weird.
Well, they did
That
say
sounds-
that they were scared about construct becoming undead ever since I told someone that we can actually eat. You know, someone told me not to tell this to teenagers because they don't want to start hearing fantasies about undead eating machines.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll find one. Might be interesting.
That's a pleasant thought. No, I'm not gonna say this to him. I'm not gonna answer that.
All right. Well, let me know. I guess the train's probably almost fixed, right?
Yeah, maybe an hour or so.
Alright, I'll hang out. Keep it up.
Alright. So, keep on looking around. Time passes, and Tobiyashi, you're woken up to get your turn and looking around. Make your perception roll, please.
Oh, I made it earlier.
Oh, sorry. 18. All right. 18. All right. So, looking out, you see Audience talking to Fisher for a few moments before Audience goes back inside and takes his place on his bed. Well, fortunately, you have a hammock. Your soul still feels a little bit sore about everything it had to do. And you didn't know that a soul could feel sore the same way that muscle can, but you just feel it in your mind. Oh, maybe I strained something. Ah. Looking out, you see this seemingly unending gray expanse in front of you. After 700 feet, the mists transform everything into a dark, shadowy mess. You think you recognize trees. You think you saw an undead moving over there, but it didn't come your way. It just kept on moving. You saw Magna a few moments before, so maybe she's just leading them on away from the train also. Actually, do zombie like fake creature? Maybe it's something you'll have to ask Audience. Probably toward the end of your watch, looking outward, you hear Fisher just starting to pack everything, starting to get everything inside the train. Well, you're looking probably northwest right now. You see this large hulking form in the distance. It's not moving toward you, but it's moving slowly. Just for a brief moment, you sort of see its shape appear in the distance. And a few minutes later, it just disappears again. So you'd guess...
Like big and humanoid?
Sorry?
Was it big and humanoid?
No, it wasn't humanoid. It felt like a hill was just moving. With large trees on top of it. Well, maybe dead trees. But it just appeared for a few moments and it disappeared. It was moving very slowly. So it, if nothing else, it feels like you were watching a turtle wobble its way through your field of vision, but so far in the distance that the mist makes it hard to discern what it is actually. But it's moving eastward very slowly.
Well, I'm gonna do the obvious thing, and I am going to go walk over to it and investigate by myself. No, just kidding. I'm gonna go back to the others and if anybody's awake, unless I'm napping right now.
Well, everyone is sleeping. You know that Magna is walking around, and Fisher is packing the tools right now.
All right. Well, I'll go over to Magna and I'll say,
You wait for a few moments, and then you notice her. Okay, Magna.
Magna, hello. Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I was like, she would probably go over to Toby if he specifically called her.
Okay.
Yeah. I pet her really quick, and I'm like, hey, Magna, there's like this hunking lunk of something walking, you said to the west, right?
Well, northwest, moving eastward.
It's in the northwest, moving eastward. If you could somehow tell, your master, associate. Wait, what are you to audience?
Magda just looks at you.
Anyways, if you could tell audience, that'd be awesome. I don't know if he'll get it while he's asleep, but I kind of want to go over there.
Magda just looks at you.
You're probably great at parties. Anyways, I'll keep a lookout on this side. You go to that side, and you're boring.
Audience.
Walk away.
Audience gets a message. Your small human friend saw a potential danger that I don't think is necessarily threatening the trade right now, but he's saying he might want to go over there, so he might be in danger if you care.
And with his audience response to this,
Audience is like, just wake me if he comes running back in this direction screaming.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go over there then.
So you're moving more than 700 feet away from the train.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak. I'm gonna stealth over there.
It's gonna walk like a 1920s cartoon character.
Yeah, like down the pathway.
I don't know why, but there's a music. There's a point in that music where they say, "We know how this is going to end." I feel like we're at that part of in the music. All right, do your
I am
stuff.
keeping watch while I walk around. Okay. Where's my stealth? 12.
Your stealth, not Fisher's stealth.
No, yeah, I rolled mine.
18.
What if you were just sending fish around on this mission?
18. Yeah, it's Fisher actually.
That's why he's not there. He just went away. Investigating the... Alright, well, you leave the train, leave the comfort of the train, and follows the track a little bit. You know, you don't want to get completely lost. It's nearly nighttime right now. Sun is slowly disappearing. You think you have time to...
To make sure I know where the train is, I'm going to tie a piece of my silk to it. Okay. And then start walking.
Okay. So, yeah, you rip off a little bit of silk. You put a key point... You can put a key point inside.
Oh, wait, my hammock... Yeah, my hammock is still there. Never mind.
Okay.
I can just use my hammock.
All right, then. Put a key point in your hammock. And you start moving away. It takes a few moments. You know, you gotta make nearly, you gotta make 700 feet, and so yeah, I think you're moving at 45 feet, which means.
Yeah, 45 feet.
Yeah, about 5 minutes of walk. Going away from the train, and slowly it disappears in the mist. You know you're at least 700 feet away when it disappears.
I turn white because there's still snow everywhere.
Yeah, and of course you're having a little bit of difficulty walking because, you know, snow everywhere. The train is pushing the snow away with the plow, but now you're just walking inside of it, so it takes a little bit more time to get there. Are you tuned to the ring for the warmth?
Yeah. No, I think I just have a whole bunch of clothes on.
Why?
So you're moving, and as you're moving, you're starting to feel the cold, especially on your legs, because you have to push the snow away, and you're not wearing specialized gear for this. You're just wearing what you had on, and it didn't take a whole lot. Although you put several layers of silk.
A fisher's jacket, you know, yeah.
You put several layers of silk. You still have to push this away. Probably after reaching the point of 1,000 feet, you start feeling this uneasiness about being alone, completely alone in this mist. And your field of vision is starting to slowly diminish as the light is starting to leave. You don't know anything. You're not sure of anything that's around you. You follow your instinct and follow your ears. Just make sure that you don't come across something bad. You avoid moments where you start hearing the okay, probably someone over there. Veer off a little bit. Like I said, when you reach the 1,000 feet, you start seeing that shape again in the distance. It's moving. Do you keep moving forward? You're about 5 minutes away from the train right now.
I feel like you've told me a story about another character that's done something like this.
Oh yes, I have plenty of characters that have done this. Some of them never came back, but some did. You never know which one you're going to be.
Bugs attacking him? Yeah.
That's the problem. You never know which one you're going to be. Are you going to be among those who come back or among those who never came back?
So how big does this thing look in the distance?
Seeing that you can't see any identifying feature on it, it just pokes out of the mist like this. You're guessing it's pretty big, probably in the huge.
Was it as big? Was it as big as the ogre we saw?
No, larger than this. Larger than this.
Larger than that?
Oh, yeah.
God, what the fuck could this thing be? Kind of want to see what it is. A crab? I thought those were only on the beaches.
I don't know.
Crabs are large. They're not huge.
Oh, okay.
All right, I will attempt just a little bit. I will attempt to sneak closer, and if anything happens, I will leave.
All right. You keep on moving.
I'm trying to fill time. We're missing a character.
I'm just reacting to what you're doing. I wasn't expecting someone to leave the train and go on an adventure by themselves. So
it's exciting, though.
So you keep on moving forward, and of course, there's that feeling of being truly alone. Even if you took out the orb and called for help.
Don't have an orb on me.
Oh, that's right. Well, even if you could take out an orb, no one would get there for a few minutes. So whatever happens, you're completely alone right now in an island infested with undead.
Yeah.
But if your hammock disappears, we know you're dead.
That's true.
You're all
you and audience are cuddling in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're all in there trying to figure out things, and suddenly you see the hammock go poof. Oops.
Oh.
So you keep moving forward, always with that 18 of stealth.
And 18 perception.
Okay. Well, 18. You really are at the end of your teens. So you keep moving forward, and there's something about moving in this wide expanse. Gray, actually. The snow would be white, but there's so little light that there's not a lot to reflect on. So the snow doesn't make it all that easy to see better. And moving like this, you really feel alone right now. You have a moment as you're walking where you're thinking about everyone else who's on the train right now. And
I walked past a tree and there's just a titan sitting there with it looking at me. Sorry.
You are moving in a roughly straight line, and suddenly your feet catches on something. You have a moment of panic as you think, oh God, something just grabbed me. But you realize that you're stepping into something, jagged element, so it's not a hand that's grabbing you. You look down and you remove a little bit of snow. And you realize, oh God, you're walking in a pile of bones. There was probably a large group that came by here hundreds of years ago trying to flee. And they got cut down exactly where you are.
Oh, well, I think it's time to turn back around and leave.
The shape did...
Dude, 100 years is like forever. You're good.
Oh, I'm fine, yeah. It was 100 years ago.
The shape in the distance is starting to look like something large, something hulking. Just...
You know what I can do? Oh my gosh. How far away is it?
You're guessing that it's probably 1,500 feet away.
Oh god damn, never mind. I am going to... I wanted to send the orb over there, but I don't know how much its movement is. The orb that takes pictures.
It's a spying tool.
Yeah, I'll send it over there. I'll hide behind this tree and send it over there.
Alright.
Take a picture of it.
You activate it and send it. You wait, and you wait, and you wait. It seems to be moving at a little bit faster than what people normally do, but roughly the same speed at what you can do. It just goes away. You wait. Minute. 2 minutes.
Just looking around in the trees like, oh, yes, I don't think I've ever been alone.
3 minutes.
This is kind of scary.
Suddenly, you realize how little light there's left. The sun is nearly completely gone. You're gonna have to start walking back to the train soon, otherwise you'll be in complete darkness in this. Yeah, the moment.
Well, if I send the tell it to come back to the train, maybe it'll come back to the train.
Yeah, the moment there where you're just waiting. The only thing that's accompanying you is the wind. That's the only thing you hear.
It's fun. It's fun. I put on my mask. Hey, orb. By ourselves.
Well, of course, if you start talking to your orb, what is it? Are we there yet? Are my followers asking for my presence?
No. We are following this big monster thing, and I might need your help. We're alone. We're 5 minutes away from everybody else. I sent an orb over there to go check it out. I have a thing with orbs, don't I?
You all seem to have a thing with
this
orbs.
This whole campaign does, yeah.
You all like orbs, and the other my vessel likes to destroy them.
Okay, that's enough. I take off my mask. I'd rather not talk to it.
As you're there, you finish and you finish talking with your friend, and you pull out the mask. And as you pull out the mask, you see this undead who is just waiting there idly, not really moving. He's looking around. He's maybe 20 feet away. He's just there.
Oh.
You sort of realize that you've been talking out loud, and that's probably what drew him to you. But right now, you've stopped talking. He sort of looks like he lost where you were.
I will stay quiet. Deception check. I start acting like a zombie. No, I'm just gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna stay quiet. All right. Wait for him to lose interest and walk past. Hopefully.
Okay. Well, he doesn't move away, but he's not moving toward you. He seems to be there waiting.
I wait. And I wait.
After a few minutes, you see your orb coming back. And this is when you realize, oh, my orb's coming back toward me. You see the undead just go, look at the orb. Oh. And he starts walking in your direction.
Can you please stop? No, stop walking towards me. It's fine. It's fine. It's literally not a thing. Anyways.
As you're slowly moving away, as you see the undead just go...
I'm gonna try to attack this thing, I guess. To put it down so I can see what's on the orb.
Alright.
Okay, I attack it twice with my Hydra Tooth.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you easily beat that initiative. Okay.
Okay. I will. So wait. All right, there it is.
I think you can't roll lower than what I rolled for initiative. So yeah.
So for initiative, I rolled 15.
Like I said, I don't think you can roll lower than what I rolled for initiative.
Did you roll a negative number?
Well, they do have -2 dexterity.
I mean, that's not a yes or a no answer.
24 to hit.
That's enough.
First attack. And then for the second attack, it is 18.
18, all right.
So both of them hit. Also, how much damage does holy water do?
I think it's 2d6.
2d6. Okay.
I don't remember by heart. Hold on. Holy water. Water. No, not holy symbol. Holy water. Holy water. Holy water.
Yeah, that's correct.
2d6.
Radiant damage.
2d6. Okay. All right. So both of those attacks, since there's 3 things in it, I will use them. Nice. Okay. So a total of 26 points of damage.
How much of that is radiant?
I should have rolled it separately, huh? Here, let me reroll that. I will do the regular damage first then. Alright, regular damage. Alright, so the first one does 8 points of regular damage, and the second one does 10 points of regular damage. And then the radiant damage is 4 points of radiant damage, and... Wait, you said 3 of them? 3d6?
2d6.
No, not. And then 7 points of radiant damage.
All right, you strike, and of course the zombie falls in the snow. You just hear that. You just see it disappear below the snow.
I'll grab my orb and run off.
As you turn around and starts moving away, you feel something grab your foot and try to attack you. Well, apparently you reacted quick enough because he rolled a 7 so for his attack. He tries to grab you from under the snow, but you're fast enough and your feet just goes up. And as you're moving away, he tries again with a opportunity attack. And I rolled another 2 on the dice. So,
let's go! No.
He tries again, and you just see snow moving, and you know he missed you. So, so you can start moving away, going back to your friends. You roughly know where they are because you can feel the key inside of your hammock. You make maybe 100 feet, and this is when you realize, that's the group where he came from. You see there's a moment where you look at this and it feels, if I wasn't in trouble, that would be funny. Because they're walking in a straight line. As in, the entire group is one after the other in a line, moving in front of you. It feels like you're watching a conga line moving in slow motion. They definitely came out of somewhere that had a narrow exit, and they've been walking in line like this for who knows how long.
I will run. I run back to the train.
No, it's between you and the train.
Fuck. Shit.
You're gonna have to run a few minutes to get back there to the train.
I will. So it's a line. It's like
a conga long line. You need, maybe there's 20 of them walking in a line.
I'm gonna double lightning them.
Okay.
It's gonna be loud, but hopefully people will hear it from the train. And wait, lightning isn't loud. It's thunder that's loud, right?
Yes.
Double lightning bolt. Action surge.
All right.
It's better to try and sneak, doesn't it?
Hey,
I mean, I'm not there.
You're not there.
I gotta count. No, I need zombie kills, guys. It's fine.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I need zombie kills.
So he starts moving in a good angle, moving in front of all of them, and come on, man!
Wop, wop.
Them all in one shot.
It's time to go. It's time to go, Balm. So what? 2. It's 8d6. 2 8d6.
All right, roll for your damage. They have a.
What do they have to make? Do they have to make a?
Yes, they have a saving throw.
Saving throw.
All right. Roll your
first
damage.
Set of damage. First damage is 27. Second damage is 30. So 57 points of damage altogether. Lightning damage.
In a single round. All right. Well, you throw those 2 lightning right next to one another, right after one another. So you see the snow melting as the lightning bolt just moves forward to them. It smashes into them and shocks the entire line as you see they all fall to the ground as you're doing this. And you have this moment of, yeah! And you see maybe 7 or 8 of them getting back up.
What?
Some of them succeeded their saving throw. And since it's not fire, acid, radiant, or critical strike, they're at full health.
Fuck me. Alright, I run to the right. I'm going to try to run to the right and then run around them. And then go back to the train.
Well, you use your lightning, so I guess you're at a distance that allows you to move away. I'm sure you didn't...
It's 100 feet. right? Lightning bolt. Yeah.
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 So,
100 feet for myself.
I'm pretty sure you didn't do this 5 feet away from the first one.
No.
All right, so start running, dashing toward the train. Make a Constitution roll. You know, if you're dashing all the way.
Constitution. And I'm Constitution saving throw.
Well, it's more like a roll.
Ooh, 20.
All right. Easily, the adrenaline helps, and you run in a straight line toward where you feel your hammock is. And you just run, and eventually you start seeing the shape of the train forming itself. Nothing else seems to be in your way. You dash to the train, you get to the train, you're there. Whew. Yeah. Invigorating. You realize you've been gone maybe half an hour in grand total.
Hey guys,
everyone's still asleep. You're.
I'll wake up audience.
Yeah, the only problem is that by doing this, you've broken your long rest. So you're the only one who doesn't get long rest from this.
That's fine. I only need a short rest. Anyways, I'll wake up audience really quick. Hey, there might be zombies in a big hulking mass coming towards us. Don't worry about all this.
Okay, I don't care about the zombies. They can't get in the train. Hopefully the hulking mass is not coming towards us.
It was bigger than that. It kind of made a lot of noise.
Okay, well, we're pretty much done with the train repairs. So.
Okay, that's good. All right, well, I'm going to take my short rest now. I mean, I'm going to go lay down.
Okay.
I did 50 points of damage to some zombies. No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
It probably more looks like, audience, I fried a line of undead.
They're perfectly lined up.
Okay. That's cool, Toby.
Thank you. Anyway.
As he pats you on the head.
That's awesome.
I'm just gonna reach out to Magna. Magna, can you let me know if the shambling mass starts coming towards us? I don't really care about the zombies. They can't get in.
Well, that's good, because they're coming this way. He didn't get them all.
I assumed, but they can't. Luckily, trains don't take damage from zombies, so.
Alright.
Just come maybe get on top of the train, so they can't do anything.
Alright, I'm on my way back.
Anyways, I killed all of them.
Fisher, how are the repairs looking?
We're good.
Alright.
Just need to start up the train and we'll be gone in probably 15 minutes.
Okay. Cool.
So slowly the train starts up. You hear the sound of the engine. For Jorg and Remy, you're still just completely asleep. They're gonna miss their guard turn.
Oh, I wanna. I bring. Look at the orb and see what picture took the whole mess before I go to bed.
So you just take out your orb as you're looking at it. All right, how did it work again? Oh yeah, you see. This is how you see. You get to see the pictures, and you start drawing the proper glyphs on the surface, and images of this starts appearing. It took a whole lot of pictures as it was moving. Every time something moved, it took the picture. So you get a picture of a pile of falling snow from a tree. You get a picture of a second pile of snow falling from a tree. There's a picture of you as it was leaving. And you have that moment of the picture looking at this. Oh yeah, you could see the undead arriving behind me. Okay. It keeps on taking pictures of different things, and then eventually it starts taking picture of this hulking mass, and you get to see the undead earth elemental. It's huge in size. Dungeons and Dragons huge. It's probably something like 18 feet wide and long. Rather tall. It does look a bit like a turtle, but large spines on top of it. It actually feels like a mix between a turtle and a hedgehog. Or maybe more porcupine. Looking at the size of this thing. It's slowly moving. And one picture you get to see its behind. One picture you get to see the side. You get to see the top. Damn, some of those spines are huge and long. One of them you could say it's easily 10 feet long. All made of stone. And you can see the moss growing on top of it. A sickly moss. You know, if you saw that on something, you'd say no. This moss is probably toxic. Probably good. It's probably not good if Jorg wants to eat it. It's not. It's going to give him more than visions.
Challenge accepted.
And this is how we lose Jorg. And then the orb goes to the front, and you see the head of this thing. Milky white eyes, a long mouth just slowly hanging. You have a action picture as it's not moving extremely fast, but it's midway through a single step. And then you see that it notices the orb, and it turns around and snaps at it. You get a large picture of the mouth that's opening up. Using my camera, you probably get the picture that looks like this. Right before the mouth snaps off. But fortunately, the camera moves away. And it comes back. Taking a picture of you as it's coming back. And you see that the undead is nearly right on you. Oh, damn. How did I not see this?
Well, at least we know what they look like now.
Audience, were you looking at those pictures?
Oh, yeah, I'll show audience. He's still awake.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
That's the whole mess.
That's cool. It was probably fun to fight.
The huge undead elemental. What do you mean fun to fight?
I mean, what about that doesn't sound fun to you?
Well, at least you don't get to deal with it now.
Nope. Not unless it gets here in 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
Magna, is it getting here in 15 minutes?
Well, not 15 minutes.
Is it getting here?
Yes, it's walking back on the tracks. Because Tobiyashi followed the tracks.
Cool.
And it's following the orb in the last direction it went.
Toby, can you send out your orb and send it a different way?
Yeah. I'll send it in...
No, like send it towards it and then have the orb go a different way.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then.
You draw out a pattern on it for it to make it round, and you just set it out. As the train is nearing complete startup sequence.
Is this the same kind of orb that the garden gave us?
No, it's the orb that Tobiyashi picked up the first time you fought a guardian orb. Ranam refitted it in its original state as a spying device.
That's pretty sick.
So you send out the orb, and Magna gives you a message. I see the orb. Oh, I don't see it anymore, but it's heading in the right direction. I'm almost back. Don't leave without me again, please. You're muted.
I just say I won't. I don't want to use another spell slot casting you. No, I'm kidding.
Is that why?
I don't actually say
Okay.
I don't actually.
You don't actually think
So
of it? I feel like I'm such a valued member of this team.
Oh, yeah, you know, you're I just can't spend that level 2 spell slot, so you know, you get to live today.
It takes a few moments. Magna arrives, climbs on board. Jorg and Remy are still completely asleep. Train starts moving. There's this... Probably maybe wakes up a little Remy because he's more sensitive to passive perception and all. So probably Remy, you have this moment, huh? Wow, train is moving. Hey, Magna's there. Why is Magna there? Look around, you see Tobiyashi looking out the window, audience, chewing on something. I don't know, you were chewing on something when you were talking, so I made it canon.
Probably some dried jerky.
Yum. Avery's jealous.
No, you're sleeping.
Alright, so is the train moving?
Yeah, starts moving.
Alright, Magna get inside. Toby might want to call your orb back so we don't leave it behind.
Alright, I'll come back. But come back now.
Well, you gave it a pattern, so it's going to finish its pattern and come back.
Okay.
So the train starts moving, and well, you don't have to wait all that long. The orbs comes back, and you see it over there. And it's following you for a little while as the train is picking up speed. And then the train picks up too much speed, and you lose the orb. No, I mean... You recover your orb. I wouldn't make it that easy to lose the orb. Come on. I'm going to let you play with your toys a little bit more. So, of course, you realize that there are new pictures in it. Yay! There's a picture of the train. There's a picture of you. There's a picture of Magna. There's a picture of undeads. Ah, there they are. The train has reached the undeads.
There's Cloud, there's Tifa.
Alright, well, I'm going back to bed. We still have a couple hours on my long rest. Or my whatever. I'm still tired.
Whatever, I'm still tired. Plop down, falls to the side. Tobiyashi, you look at the orb, you look at the pictures, you look outside. That was the elemental. Bye. Remy, you were up long enough to see the elemental also. You see this large hulking beast made of rock with large spine moving on its back with every steps it make, easily 15 to 18 feet wide, just moving off in the distance. You know it's Tobiyashi's fault.
You just hear audience mumble and kind of wave his hand at the dragon will smite you. Okay.
You just look at Tobiyashi and you know it's his fault.
Like, You can smell a Tobiyashi plot from a mile away.
I hired him to take us out, guys. Don't worry about it.
I mean, you almost did. You just brought him to the train. If you'd done it any earlier, it would have been annoying to try and get the train repaired when we fought the Earth Elemental.
Well, actually, if audience hadn't told you to use the orb to draw it away, next episode would have started with a combat with that.
That would have been pretty cool. Audience, why'd you have to ruin it?
Because audience wants to go fight construct undead in the east instead of just a one random elemental out here.
Okay, that is fair.
Alright. So, the train starts moving again, and you're on your merry way. You all finish your long rest, and...
Well, all is a statement.
Yeah. All except the one who missed
Everybody who's relevant.
Oh, that's mean.
Ooh. Wow.
So...
Hey, I'm just paraphrasing what Tobiyashi said. He apparently, air quote, only needs a short rest.
Yeah, doesn't your lightning not come back except on a long rest?
We don't talk about my lightning.
Isn't that like 90% of your damage?
Wait.
Oh, snap.
Hey, wait a minute. Alright, I let my...
There was some spice in that last one.
Tag audience.
What?
I said I let my orb out to attack audience.
Alright, well... I guess...
It would be a better fight than you attacking me.
Wow!
Oh!
Sorry.
I think it's a good place to end the stream.
Starting next episode with combat between audience.
We start next episode with PvP. I was about to say we end today's episode with probably Jorg watch. Jorg's watch as he's looking out, and you cross this very interesting lake. It's not even a mile away, so you can actually see it. It's very wide, and you know it's about halfway there, so you get to watch as for maybe 20 minutes you are just moving across near a lake. You see it over there, and you see this fog moving on top of it. You have this moment of fog moving on top of it. That's there's a mountain. You remember the map? There are mountains, so yeah, the fog probably is coming up from the mountain. Hold on. They did say that there were fog elemental. Oh man, I'm so glad that we're not stopping. We're not moving at slow speed right now. That's your dungeon master letting you know that you made a choice that prevented you from having to fight a death elemental.
Yikes! Who made the choice?
Audience?
Me, obviously.
So yeah, you did a good you made a good choice. You prevented yourself from having to fight a mist elemental next episode. An undead mist elemental.
Man, I'm just ruining all these fights for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the one that likes fighting so much.
Yeah, but he wants to get to the darkness. He wants to feel the darkness. I really want to
I want to be the darkness.
I am the darkness.
I am the darkness.
That's a bit mean, because I'm not sure we can get there in one episode, meaning that probably Jorg's never going to see that fight. I'm so sorry.
Well, he can watch the stream.
Yeah.
I could.
No, of course you can watch the stream, and you can keep on following the stream, and you can even subscribe from time to time if you want to. I mean, I won't say no to that.
Toby's gonna lose his one partner in crime.
And, you know,
Wow.
technically, I think you're still moderator, so when you're there, you can probably help remove the riffraff from the chat if there's some.
I guess that just means you're going to have to make closer friends with Raimi.
Raimi, the one person who's gonna be happy that Jorg is gone.
What?
All right.
Sorry, I'm just gonna borrow that that Mark Wahlberg quote. No, stop, I'm back. Oh, no, sorry, not Mark Wahlberg.
No, that's
Gene Wilder. Excuse me.
That's the first time we hear it in this world. It's a quote from Remy.
The last thing Remy's gonna ever see of Jorg is him just turning into a bird and flying away just to mock him one last time. One last time.
One last jab.
Yeah. No, he's gonna turn into a duck. That way he can look at Remy and fly off, screaming, "Wah, wah, wah, wah!"
Yeah. No, every time there's
very
swamp
interesting
sounds,
because
one of those
that means
ducks
that
is Jorg.
you know, like after he transforms into a duck with 1 hit point, Raimi's going to fire just as he's like about 120 feet in the air, so he'll fall to the ground.
So you mean it's gonna turn into Duck Hunt? You're gonna see a dog. All right, so
it's Jorg's dog.
Yeah, he ran after him because he was scared he got killed. And then you see him just raise the dead duck. Wait a minute, isn't he supposed to turn back? Alright, so I think that's all for today's episode. It's a good time to stop. I'm sweating like a pig. No, I'm not a pig. I know some people think so, but I'm not. But yeah, good place to end today's episode. And I guess we're gonna start next episode as you all arrive in the large city. Now you're gonna have to figure out how to do the same thing you did, but with the previous town and the previous village, but in the major city where there's going to be so much more undead than everything you've faced so far.
Oh, that's actually very easy. We're just going to have a half-off sale on Gucci products. And a solid half the undead are just going to be a completely different part of the city.
Yeah. Well, you know.
And then the other half are going to get distracted by a tailgate on the different parts.
Well, the
city.
tracks also might not be. The tracks might not be. The other one, the track was broken, which made it harder. The track might not be broken in the main city.
You don't know. That's the thing. If you bring the train as you're arriving in the city, you're gonna bring with you every single undead that hears the train arriving, and trains aren't made to be discreet. So if you arrive there and there's something broken, then you're gonna have your first undead horde combat. But if you arrive there and everything is fine, then yeah, it's just gonna be a breeze. And thing is, you won't know, and this is where you're gonna have to make your decision. Are you gonna try and know before, or are you gonna take a chance?
We'll just have Jorg scout out as an owl.
Mm-hmm. My new favorite form.
For his last episode, he's going to be the scout inside of an undead infested city.
Hell yeah. That could go wrong.
Well, if you absolutely want to die, I'm not going to prevent it, but I'm just saying.
Jorg.
I mean, I could orb out, too.
The orb is not active right now. You can't use it.
Oh, never mind.
You need to place the beacon on top of the spire if you want to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Jorg, for no reason, could you just hand you a piece of paper? Could you, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like you might be leaving us soon. Could you dedicate all your money and items to me in case of death or departure before you...
Whoa.
Wait,
Oops, I wrote Toby instead. My bad.
Let's go.
Toby needs the money more anyway.
He does.
I am.
He needs all the help. I mean, he needs all the help he can get. So.
I mean,
Remy,
hey,
don't tell him about it. Don't tell him about it. Don't tell him about it.
For no particular reason, could you just write your signature one more time in another location and make sure that Remy can see it?
Yeah.
Just no particular reason.
Could you just sign here, 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 and here? No,
Your soul is going to the dragon.
Yeah.
Is that milk? Is that a glass of milk?
You don't realize that, but that prayer circle we did, that was actually just to guarantee that any soul within that prayer circle immediately gets transferred to the dragon's possession.
All right, so before this degenerate in something really weird and strange, I think we're going to end today's episode here. You know, talking about milking cookies for the end is a good place to end. Honestly, I like that.
What's that? Milk? You're agreeing to a 50 Shades of Grey contract?
All right, so thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. We hope you had a pleasant, whatever part of the day it is where you are right now and as you're watching this. We hope you'll see you next week, next Wednesday if you're watching this live, next Friday if you're watching the rebroadcast of it. If you're watching the rebroadcast, remember 3 raiders or more. We try and raid the D&D channel. I guess I'm gonna have to try and find more D&D channel because right now of all those that I had, there's only one that's always active. So we're always raiding the same ones. They're always happy to see us, but you know, variety is always nice. If we don't get 3 raiders, well, we're gonna raid Tobiyashi with what we got, unless he's doing Dungeons and Dragons. In that case, we're going to raid him even if we got more than 3 raiders. But I don't think he's going to play D&D on Friday, so we'll see.
What are you going to play?
I have to play all the FNAF games because that's what my audience wants to watch me play. So
okay.
Every single FNAF. They want me to play every single FNAF game, and they also wanted me to read all 12 books on stream. I told them no to the books.
Not to be confused with FNIF.
Yeah, not FNIF. FNAF.
FNAF books?
Yeah, there's 12 of them. There's 12
nice.
FNAF books.
There are a lot of books.
There's 5 games and wow.
Damn. All right.
Well, that'll take you a while.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, you're guaranteeing yourself a lot of work for the next month.
What they gave me a list, so it's FNAF games, and then community game nights, and then Sniper Elite.
And what's going to be your community game night? Where are you going to play?
Community game night is usually Among Us, Gartic Phone, or what is that game called? Jackbox?
Jackbox.
Oh yeah, Jackbox.
Well, if you want to watch Tobiyashi after the game Friday, you know he's going to be there. And he's going to appreciate it. And if we get less than 2 raiders, well, I'm going to bring everyone there. All right, well, if no one else is playing, I know sometimes other channel takes break. I know we haven't, but others do. I promise I'll try and do something for break at one point. But hey, who knows? We're going to see. So, like I said, as always, thank you for being here. We hope you'll be there next week. If you enjoyed the show, you can support the stream, like I just said, by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, leaving comments, leaving likes. You can also support us by making donation, becoming Patreon, subscribing on Twitch. That gives me money. And I like money, especially when I'm having trouble having enough money. So, very much appreciated if you do. But if you can't do any of those, well, there's always one thing you can do that's completely free. And that's spreading the word of this channel. It helps tremendously. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. See you next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.